Welcome to the More Than Just Dumbbells podcast. My name's Jason Lindsay.
My name's Kitty Truax.
Coming at you live from the studios at PowerBlock,
That's
our
right.
sponsor, powerblock.com. You'd go there for what, Kitty?
You'd go there for blogs. You'd go there for podcasts. You'd go there for recipes. You'd go there for the most adjustable dumbbells and kettlebells on the market, including much more than that now. Apparel? I hear we have apparel.
That is correct.
Boom.
And we do a podcast that PowerBlock sponsors. And why do we do a podcast? What's the point?
Well, we have Monday interview,
We do.
so we can talk about fitness with real people.
Correct.
Doing real things.
Word up.
Yep. And then on Thursday, we also tackle a topic that is, kind of a trendy thing. Maybe we just talked about running a 5K. We've talked about sex and exercise, sexercise.
Yeah.
We've talked about a lot of cool things.
We have. I agree. 100%. If somebody had a suggestion for a topic,
Sure.
what could they do?
They would send us a little email to podcast@powerblock.com.
Perfect.
What if
Love it.
someone has a story that they want to share with us about a testimony
It's good
or a benefit?
It's a good question. They could also email, but they could choose podcast.
Sure.
But so that's okay. But the one we'd prefer is specifically for that. It's called My Story at powerblock.com because
Nice.
it's your story. And we just read one.
love
We just
those.
we just read one recently in an episode we recorded. Didn't even have a name, city. We like that. I kind of like when
Anonymous
it's
is
like
fine.
Kitty from Andover or Kitty from
Northeast
Victoria
Minneapolis.
or wherever you're from. Dan from Owatonna.
Jason Lindsay from a tiny little town that no one cares about.
I have Blooming. Hey, 1,996 people care about it. And by the way, that hometown, I was there yesterday, Blooming Prairie,
Nice, good for
Minnesota.
you.
Nobody's ever heard of it. Nobody knows where it is. It's a blink if you
Blink
or
if
you
you
miss
miss,
it,
yeah.
and there's no stoplight, so you don't ever have to stop and look around and go, "Where am I?"
You can drive right through that,
They
huh?
just
Oh my gosh.
they just opened a Dollar General. If
Moving on
which if you're
up.
listening, I don't know if they're all over the country. I'm guessing they are.
I think so.
It's a big
seen 'em
tin
everywhere.
shed dollar.
Yeah.
Not everything's a dollar. But it's a and that was like controversy in that town. Like, well, I
Really?
don't know if we want anything Dollar General, but I
Well,
like
good
it
for them.
I like
I'm
it.
glad they're moving up in the world.
Yeah, I think that they won the football championship a couple years ago. Sounds like your
Yeah.
former high school is a pretty good.
my high school's
they're still
kicking
playing,
butt.
so that means that are they playing at US Bank Stadium here coming up?
That I don't know the answer to, but I do know they're on their way to the championship.
Yeah. Well, listen, today is a Monday episode, and that means we're going to have via Zoom.
Zoom.
We're going to have who?
Joe plays golf.
Do you think his wife calls him that?
I hope not. Hey, Joe plays golf. Come and eat dinner.
Who are you married to? Does Joe
plays
plays
golf.
golf? That's all he does. He plays golf.
No, but he's a pretty big deal on Instagram, TikTok.
And that's I'm glad you brought that up because
Yeah.
we don't. If you want to be a guest, you don't have to be a big deal on Instagram or TikTok or Twitter or Facebook or whatever. But we do notice people sometimes that way, which is kind of how we got
sure.
him.
Yeah.
Because he's not like a fitness guy. He's not going to offer up a ton of like, I'm a personal trainer, so if you want to lose weight, do this, right?
Right.
Which we do have a lot of those. And we'll continue to have a lot of those. But we like to mix in people like Joe who are doing kind of fun, funky things out there. And in this case, golf. And I don't know that it's because you and I both play golf, but that probably doesn't hurt.
Doesn't suck.
So
No, it doesn't hurt at all.
And
But I do my deep dives, and I watch a lot of
Yeah,
TikTok
yeah.
and Instagram videos. And what I really enjoy about him is that he's relatable.
Yeah.
He's funny.
Yeah.
And he makes golf not look like it's hard AF.
Really?
I mean, he will show
Wow.
each shot and then do a voiceover of
Yeah.
it and be like, this is what was going on. This is why I totally sucked at that shot, or this is what went right.
Yeah.
And it's relatable. And he also says, he's like, don't, when you watch the pros, you're seeing the best shots.
yeah.
He's like, you maybe get 2 or 3, maybe 5 if you're a decent golfer.
Yeah.
He's like, those shots are the ones that keep you back coming to the course. And that's legit. I'm right in that.
No, he's not wrong, especially for the average golfer.
Yeah.
And it's he's not terribly far away from us. We're Minneapolis, or a suburb of Minneapolis, a south suburb.
Minnesota.
And the reason I say south suburb in emphasis is because he's south of us in Iowa, that state that we make fun of often, especially if you're from where I'm from, which is even farther south than us. I grew up 30 miles north of the Iowa border.
Oh.
Yeah, so far enough north where we didn't spend a lot of time in Iowa.
Sure.
But it was close enough where I've often been to Iowa. So,
I understand that.
But he's a little bit farther south from there. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited to talk to him. What kind of things are we going to ask him?
Well, I really want to know, as a golfer, how his workout regimen looks.
Yeah.
Wait, are there any,
Yeah.
you know, for any golfers listening or whatever, are there any moves that he does to make him stronger in his game? And then also, I just kind of want to know, hey, have you ever hit an Albatross, hole in one, that kind of stuff? What's your handicap? Golf questions, you know what I mean?
Do you think, yeah, no, that's great. That's awesome. Golf, love it.
Golf.
Yeah. One of my favorite sports. When's the last time you played?
I actually squeezed in one in the last weekend in October or first weekend in November, which is very crazy here in Minnesota.
It is nuts, man.
Made it work.
Do you think if you lived in like San Diego,
I'd go all the time.
Would you play?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I've thought of this, and if I lived in a climate where you could play year round.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's San Diego, just anywhere where you can play year round.
Talk to me.
Or actually, San Diego, I bring it up because it's comfortable year round.
Okay.
Because if you lived in Yuma, Arizona, I don't know if June, July, and August would be comfortable to play.
Probably not.
But if you lived somewhere where it was comfortable to play year round, I wouldn't have such an. We try to squeeze it in here in those 4 or 5 months.
Yes.
Every weekend, like Saturday and Sunday, I'm trying to play 18 holes Saturday, 18 holes Sunday, because I'm not much a during the week guy.
Okay.
You know, you play a little bit during the week, I think.
Yeah. With my girlfriends, it's awesome.
Well, we'll ask Joe if he plays, but do you think Joe has some power blocks?
I actually know he has some power blocks.
Oh, you do you?
I do.
Look at you figuring
I know.
this stuff
Yep.
out. Yeah.
He's got this really great poster behind him when he's lifting power blocks that it says a little fit with like a dumbbell or a barbell, and then on the bottom it says a little fat with a donut. So it's like
I think I've
plate
seen
and
that.
a donut. It's really cute.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
This guy's,
and then he's wearing a T-shirt that says "Make Tiger Great Again."
I've seen that as well. No, he's funny. I talked to him to set this interview up, or this guest spot up. And yeah, he's really cool. And you know, he's close enough where I think I might, or you can certainly
I would
come.
love to go.
We'll swing down and play golf with him
would be
sometime.
rad.
I don't know how far a drive it is, but if it's less than a couple hours, I can make that work.
Yeah, sign me up. I'd love to go.
Well, we'll be back with Joe Plays Golf.
Joe Plays Golf.
You're listening to the More Than Just Dumbbells podcast, sponsored by PowerBlock. After the show, head on over to powerblock.com and check out the wide variety of adjustable dumbbells. Please, they pay our bills. We would appreciate it. And now, back to the podcast.
And we're back, Kitty. We're back. We've got Joe Clark. Actually, his name's Joe Clark. How you doing,
Junior.
Joe?
Joe Clark Jr.
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're doing wonderful. Most people know him as what?
Joe Plays Golf.
Joe Plays Golf.
Bet.
If you're listening to this podcast or watching, we really appreciate it. Don't go anywhere. We're going to bring some fitness stuff into this. Joe's got kind of a fitness story related to, he's got a power block story, I guess, to some degree.
Sure.
But we thought it would be kind of fun to go outside the normal fitness professional and talk to Joe. Well, let me ask you, Kitty, why did we want to get this guy in? What were you most excited about?
Well, I watched your TikTok like crazy doing the deep dives, and I really enjoy how relatable you are. Like, you make golf look really, really fun and real, and you're authentic with it. I mean, you shoot a bad shot, you talk about shooting a crappy shot, which is half of golf or more.
My favorite thing in the world to do is make fun of myself. So if I can make fun of my golf game, it's even better.
Yeah, well, making fun of somebody's golf game is easy if you're willing to do it, which is awesome about him. And we've had a lot of people in Canada on, so I think it was fun to go south of the border once,
Yes,
right? So
yeah.
we got an Iowan. Is that what you say, Iowan? Where are you from, Joe? Where are you talking to us from?
Denison, Iowa, southwest Iowa, somewhere in there.
Okay.
I'm not great with directions, but somewhere in there.
Is that where you grew up? Is that where you're from, that area?
No, so I'm originally from Spencer, Iowa. It's about 15 minutes from the Iowa Great Lakes, Okoboji area. So if anybody knows where that is.
Yeah.
Okoboji. Yeah, that's like almost like a little Vegas, isn't it? Isn't it a pretty big deal?
It is a hot spot in the
Yeah.
summer. Yeah, it's a great
That's what I've
place to
heard.
be. Yes.
I don't think there's any casinos
Yes.
there. Is there? Is there casinos in Okoboji?
No, I don't think casinos. No, there's no casinos around there. But yeah, during the summer, you would if you're not from around Iowa, or you don't know about Okoboji, people would think there's no chance there's any way to have fun in Iowa. But Okoboji's the spot to be. So
All right. Good to know.
100%.
Yeah.
I have been there. It is a little ways from Minneapolis, but there's only 80 lakes in Iowa compared to 12,000 in Minnesota. Think
Sure.
about that, because the glaciers kind of stopped.
So
right
everyone's at that lake.
But Okoboji's
Yes.
got a lot of lake. But I've spent a lot of time in Clear Lake, Iowa, which isn't terribly far
yeah.
from Mason City, because there's a nice lake there. But anyway, so let's talk about you're in Denison, Iowa, and you're a big golfer. Let's talk about that. How did you get into golf? Was it
Yeah.
when you were a kid? Were you really young?
yeah, so I think my dad put a club in my hands when I was like 2. I didn't really play. I didn't take it seriously till I was probably in high school. I played with my dad every Friday growing up and stuff, but I didn't really take it seriously until I wanted to play on the varsity team when I was in high school. I remember in 8th grade, my brother was a freshman at the time in high school, and he was on varsity. He's good. He's always been better than me. I'll give him that if he's listening. And he was on the varsity team, and I really wanted to play on varsity with him. So I started practicing really, really hard when I was in 8th grade, and eventually did get on the varsity team when I was a freshman. So yeah, that's my backstory. I played high school golf. I played college golf at Northwestern College in Orange City, Iowa. It's just NAIA golf. And then about 5 years later, after graduating college, I started making videos of myself because I had nothing better to do. So,
so Joe, you've got some great videos. Did you become an elementary school teacher so you could have summers off to play golf? Is that why?
That's a great question.
Don't tell my principal this, but yes, I did. I absolutely love the kids. I was actually in college, my first semester, I was a computer science major. And I think I got like a D- on my first test and decided I need to find something easier. And working with kids, I grew up, my mom had a daycare growing up, so I was really good with kids. And I figured if I can work with kids and have summers off, it'd be the best thing ever because I love playing golf. I would call it an obsession. I play more than most people I know. So if I can get summers off to play pretty much every day, I was going to do it. So it worked out nicely.
So living in central Iowa, you get a little bit better climate than we do. You probably are playing golf. I mean, you can start playing golf in March sometimes, I'm guessing, and you can play till November. So you get about 7, 8, 9, 8 months, would you say, or 9?
Yeah, it's crazy. When I moved from Spencer to Denison, it's only an hour and a half south. But when in Spencer, we'd start our season. Back then, the Masters was around like April 15th, somewhere in there. And we thought if we could start April 15th, right when the Masters started, it was a great start to the year. When I moved an hour and a half south, we pretty much start March 1st, and we're going. I just played golf last Saturday, so that was probably my last round of the year. But yeah, we get quite a bit of golf. Now I think most people don't play that much. I really buckle or I gear up, and I'm freezing if I make a bad shot, my hands are numb the rest of the 9.
Did you just do like the fall apocalypse or something like that? What was that?
Yeah, that was like 2 weeks ago. It was a match with one of my buddies, Mitch Heggie. Yeah, it was like 30 mile an hour winds, and it was like, it was 40 mile an hour, or it was 40 degrees outside. It was very cold. It was awful.
Fun videos, though.
That is, I'm a fair weather golfer. I admire and sometimes well, no, but I mean, I admire, but also sometimes think you guys are nuts that do this, like that that you're out there in 38 degrees and 20 mile an hour wind, and you're like, well, if the course is open, we're playing. How many rounds do you play per week?
Yes.
Per week, during the school year, probably like 1 or 2. During the summer, 3 or 4. I became a dad like 3 years ago, so I play a little less golf. But luckily, my wife during the summer, she's a teacher too, so she has the summers off as well, and she lets me play more than most people would with 2 little kids. So yeah, I would say 3 or 4 rounds a week. Now they're not always 18 holes, but 3 or 4 times. Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of good with kids, you were talking about your mom had a daycare and everything. I just want to mention you are phenomenal with your kids on TikTok. Like some of the things that you do, like the one where she's a spy and you're lifting her with the blanket and she's grabbing the pacifier, or the one where your daughter actually picks up the ball and puts it in the hole for you.
Yes.
I mean, awesome. Really cool. You look like a fantastic dad, brother.
Good caddy.
I love having fun with my girls, and I kind of mix it with my social media. But yeah, the video of my daughter putting the ball in the hole, I mean, I did not prompt her to do that. She's been doing that. I started taking her out to the course I try to do it once a week, 9 holes, starting when she was 1. And just when she started walking, I started taking her out, and she always just wants to put the ball in the hole. And I remember one time, I took her out, and I had like a 50-footer for eagle, and she always sits down right next to my putter. And as soon as I hit it, she runs at it. And she's running at it, and I made it. And she just like jumps down on the ground. We call it a booty bomb, and just starts bawling because she's so mad the ball went in the hole. She didn't get to put it in. So,
but you got an eagle, so it's like I don't know how to feel right now.
She has no idea that's eagle. Well, that's awesome. So Joe, if you wouldn't mind, let's talk. You have 62,000 followers on Instagram under the Joe Plays Golf. That's how we find you, right?
Thank you.
And
Joe Plays Golf. Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that journey? Like you started the day one with 0. Was this like did it take you? How long did it take you to grow that to an impressive following?
So I think I've been doing this for 3 years now. I started like 4 years ago, but it was just I think I posted twice and quit for a year. because my friends thought it was weird. So I stopped for a year, and then so I started back up 3 years ago. I figured my job, besides working at my job, I had free time because I didn't have kids at that time, and I wanted to do something else, maybe make some side income. And I'd heard people that have big social media followings could make money off of it. So I just decided to start making videos of myself. It's kind of just worked its way up from there. I didn't really do anything to gain followers. I just posted things that I thought were funny. I posted things of myself that I thought were funny. And that's kind of how I grew. Like, people know me as the funny golf guy. Like, I don't take things seriously. Anything that I say that might sound serious is 100% sarcastic. So people just liked my sense of humor. And I'm not a bad golfer. I like to make it sound like I am, but I'm not terrible. So the mix of good golf and funny it's a good combination.
No, 100% it is. So let me ask you this. I guess kind of two questions. What's your handicap? And then second question is, do you play competitive golf? Like, are you out there like your club championship or a tournament or anything like that?
Yeah, so I am a 1 handicap. It came down a little bit this year. I was up to like a 3 or a 4, and I got some lessons this year. I'm down to a 1 handicap. So I play a little bit of competitive golf, not a ton. I play like 3 or 4 big tournaments a year. The biggest one I play, it's the biggest amateur tournament in Iowa. It's called the Northwest Am. It's in my hometown of Spencer, so it's really great. I just go and stay with my parents that whole week, and it's 72 holes. I have no chance of winning. There's guys that are from every NCAA college in America that are playing in that, so I don't really have a chance to win, but I like to just see where I stack up every year. I play in my club championship every year. I've lived in Denison 7 years, and I've gotten second 5 times and then third twice. Wow. So yeah, I can't seem to break through. My buddy Jared Cook, who's on quite a few of my videos, he likes to beat me pretty bad in those.
Now, do you travel around and go to different courses, or do you pretty much stay with what you know?
Yeah, I have a membership at Majestic Hills in Denison. It's a 30-second drive from my house. So I really don't go to many other courses. Like, I try to get out and play like 3 or 4 new courses a year. I like to go to the city, Des Moines or Omaha, and play some new courses or some nicer courses. But other than that, I really don't go play a ton of other courses during the summer. I used to, like when I was in college, we played a ton of different courses, and that was great. But with 2 kids, I really just don't want to travel that much. I don't want to be gone that much. So
if Jason and I come to Denison, we'll be at Majestic Hills then, yeah?
Yeah, you guys come play anytime. It is a hard track. It's extremely hilly. The hills are not majestic like the name says. It's hard.
I looked it up. It's 4 hours. It's actually 4 hours and 17 minutes.
That's not bad.
No, I know. I was just saying.
It's not bad. We'll come and see you, brother.
Is there an airport near there?
Des Moines or Omaha would be the closest airport. Yeah. It's an hour and a half from Des Moines, Omaha, and Sioux City. It's a central hub for all those. So.
If you're driving from Omaha to Des Moines, you go pretty close to it though, right? Or vice versa.
As I said before, I'm not good at directions, but I think you go right through it.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Cool.
Here's a question for you, right? Obviously, we're sponsored by Power Block, and I did see a very cool picture of you with your Power Blocks Make Tiger Great Again t-shirt.
You bet.
And I want to know, what does your fitness regimen look like to make you a better golfer? Do you have any tips for anybody?
Gosh, I've competed in a few long drive contests. I don't really lift for golf per se. Like, I have some training aids to like increase swing speed or stuff, but I kind of lift just to stay fit and stay healthy, which I think in turn really helps with my golf game. Like, we used to in college do golf specific workouts, and I never really found them beneficial compared to just regular lifting. I didn't enjoy them. I lift because I enjoy it, and I see a return to my golf game just because I'm fit, I'm active, and I can last in the club championship. It's 27 holes on Sunday. Some guys can't last that long because they're not in great shape. So between lifting and just I like to walk on the golf course, I think that translates to my golf game quite a bit.
Do you use Power Blocks? Why do you use Power Blocks? What do you like about Power Block?
Yeah, so I used to have a gym membership probably up until 2 years ago, and then I just decided once I had my second daughter, I wanted to create a home gym. I didn't want to have to travel or drive. I think it was 10 minutes to get to the gym, 10 minutes back. I didn't want to spend that time. I just wanted to work out in my basement, so I decided to get Power Blocks. When I decided to get them was at the height of the pandemic, unfortunately. And I remember when I wanted to get them, I was literally refreshing their Instagram probably every half an hour, figuring out when they were going to update, when they were going to go in stock again. And then they ended up going, I think I have the elites up to 90 pounds.
All right.
And I mean, it's perfect for a home gym. My home gym is literally, I think, 9 feet by 9 feet. It's super small. So having the adjustable dumbbells and having 2 dumbbells that go up to 90 pounds is absolutely perfect for it. So yeah, I absolutely love them.
What's the farthest you've ever hit the golf ball?
Yeah.
Gosh, downwind, dry ground. I was probably around 380 yards, I would guess. I average around 300, and a lot of people online love to say no chance, but I average around 300. I can tell you guys for certain.
Well, hey,
not bad.
Well, if you hit it 300 yards, there's a lot of people who hit it 300 yards into the trees, but you probably don't do that if you're a one handicap. That you're hitting the fairway, or at least in the grass most of the time, so that's impressive.
Oh gosh, I actually don't. Luckily, Majestic Hills is extremely open. There's not a ton of trees at Majestic Hills. When I go to courses that have trees, I am in them. I mean, anytime I post a video off the tee and I hit a fairway, I mean, I joke about it. It's a miracle because I don't hit many fairways.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, hey.
Thanks for your honesty.
An honest golfer.
Yep.
It happens on occasion.
Thanks for being relatable.
Yeah, it's got to be relatable. Nobody hits a fairway every time, especially me.
Nobody's perfect.
What's the Joe? What? Any advice for beginner golfers?
Gosh, I've said this on my page before. You got to have fun with it. If you go out there and you're trying to go for a score immediately, or you're trying to be competitive with your buddies who've been golfing for years immediately, you're going to hate it. You're going to play bad no matter what. And then you're going to want to quit. You really got to enjoy it. Just have fun with it and enjoy the process. Like, if you go out the first time and you set a goal to shoot 130 and eventually you break that goal, you're going to want to keep coming back. And then you eventually just keep setting your goals lower. I wouldn't don't try to get too serious with it right away, or else you're just not going to like it. It's a game that'll humble you very quickly.
Very.
Does your wife play golf?
No. When we first started dating, I tried to take her out to the golf course, and she's a very competitive person. She was a really good basketball player in high school, and she's too competitive. Like, if she can't beat me, she doesn't want to play, and she's never going to work hard enough to beat me.
She doesn't like the process, apparently.
No. She's got other things she'd rather do than play golf with me. So it works out. It's a nice time by myself.
I got a question. Do you have any pre-game or pre-shot rituals? You know, like the little wiggle, whatever you do. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I don't really have like a specific thing that I do. Whenever I'm working on my swing, which I'm always working on my swing, I always do whatever I'm working on. Like, say that I'm trying to take the club more outside. I always do that right before I hit, so I have that swing feel right there. I just take it back. They always say to exaggerate it, so I exaggerate as hard as I can, and then in the swing, it kind of works out sometimes. So, I don't really have a specific like waggle or like Kyle Berkshire rocks back and forth, the long drive guy with the long hair. I don't do any of that.
Joe, how old are you?
29.
So in 2009, when Elin Woods hit Tiger's Escalade with the 9-iron or whatever it was, you were probably what, 8 years, or I'm sorry, 20.
I was a junior in high school.
Okay, yes, 16, 17.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you remember what you thought of that whole situation and then the aftermath with Tiger? I'm making an assumption he's your favorite golfer, but maybe he's not. But you obviously like Tiger Woods. So I'm just curious because I was an adult. I mean, I was like 40 or 35, and I just wondered if like kids thought different of him at the time.
I remember specifically. I think it was Black Friday when it happened, and I was sitting on my couch and I saw the news, and like the first thing I thought Tiger was dead because nobody had reported anything besides he was in a car crash. And then the more the news came out, it obviously got worse and worse. And you know, as a sophomore or a junior in high school, I mean, I'm a stupid guy. I think, gosh, I hope he can just get back to playing golf. I didn't really, when I was in high school, I didn't really care about the other stuff. It's not something that crossed my mind. But, you know, as you get older, you start to realize he made a lot of stupid choices, but everybody deserves a second chance. And I mean, in the golf world, winning cures everything. He started winning again. People start forgetting. It's not like everybody's forgotten, obviously, but yeah, he'll always be my favorite golfer no matter what he does, I think. I don't think anything could change that.
And so you were old enough then to remember. You were 4, 5, 6 years old when he won the Masters in 1997. If I'm doing the math right. Okay, so you've watched Tiger Woods ever since he basically came onto the scene. Okay, cool. Yeah. The reason I bring it up is because I think I was 23 or 4 when he won the Masters, and it's like who's this phenom? And I followed him when he was 17, 18, but then he goes and he wins everything in the 2000s, and then he has the problem in 09, and then he's I never really liked his personality, but as he's gotten older, and we're not far off him and I in age, I've really warmed up to him. And have you noticed a difference in him? He seems more humble. I know what he's dealing with now, but even before that. And I was rooting for. I'd never rooted for him before. I was rooting for him in 16 or 8, whenever he won the Masters last. Was it 18 or 19?
Everybody should.
2019. Yeah.
Everybody.
Well, I know, but I never rooted for the guy before. I never rooted against him necessarily. But anyway,
what did you just show me? The goat? Is that what that was?
No, I have. This is the Sports Illustrated from when he won the Masters in 2009. It was on my birthday. It was probably one of the greatest days of my life. So
nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Never forget, huh?
It was my daughter's first Masters as well, so it was a great day.
Yeah, and it was
Kismet.
And that wasn't that the one that was they played early, which because of the potential weather.
They played in the morning. They played threesomes. Yeah. It was extremely different. I remember my brother came to stay with me to watch it, and then we had to get up early the next day, which was perfect because you normally have to wait and you're sweating it out.
Yeah.
You have to wait all day for the final groups to tee off, but he ended up teeing off earlier. I loved it, but yeah.
Do you think that you think he'll win again, a major?
Unfortunately, no.
So.
I think with the car crash that he was in, I don't remember. It wasn't super long ago, but I don't know. I've been trying to keep up with the news of his rehab and stuff, and I saw like Justin Thomas said earlier he's trying to get back and trying to play golf, but like even I saw a video yesterday. He still has a severe limp, and he's pretty much recovered. I really don't think he'll come back and win again, unfortunately. But I mean, we'll always have 2019.
So, okay, but hang on here. So I used to do a sports talk podcast with somebody else years ago. And so it's out there somewhere. Before he won in 19, this is like 15 or 16. When nobody thought, I said, Tiger Woods, not only will he win another major, he'll win more than Nicklaus. And then he wins in 19. So that I called that one. I was on record as saying he's going to win.
Cool story.
You're hearing it here. He will
win.
Is
a great call.
He will win 3 or 4 more majors. Trust me, he'll win some in his 50s. I have no doubt.
Gosh, I sure hope so. If he can come back from the injury and not have any lingering side effects in his swing from his injury, I do think he can win again. I just don't know the severity of the injury. But to get back to your earlier point about his him just being different as a person, like I can totally notice it. Before I remember, so when he won in 97, I wasn't a Tiger Woods fan, actually. My brother was a huge Tiger Woods fan, my older brother. So I naturally wanted to hate Tiger Woods because my older brother would love Tiger Woods. And I mean, as he started winning everything, getting to like 2000, that's when I became a huge Tiger Woods fan. But like even back then, besides him winning tournaments, he was kind of a jerk on the course, jerk to the other players in the media and everything. But I mean, as he's gotten older, I think his kids have really changed his attitude on things. And I mean, he's willing to help the other players. He's totally changed. It's been great. I love it.
Yeah, I think everybody looks forward to seeing him back.
I agree.
On the
I actually want to hear the story about how you became a PXG sponsored golfer.
Yeah, PXG. Do a PXG plug here because I don't think you don't even know.
My
what
cousin
that is.
works for PXG.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, I think they just saw my social media and they just really enjoyed it, and they just reached out and asked if I would want to play the clubs in exchange for just being on my social media outlets. And this spring, I got fitted. I think it was like in April, another like 40-degree day with like 30-mile-an-hour winds. It's horrible, but it was the best experience of my entire life. Like I've been fitted for clubs before, and nothing compares to the PXG fitting. It was unbelievable. Yeah, their clubs are definitely the best clubs I've ever played. I love it. Nice. So yeah, it's been a great relationship with them.
If they want to sponsor us, they sure can.
Yeah, go for it, PXG, if you're listening.
Waka.
There's one not far from here.
Yeah, it's nice.
10 miles.
Good to know.
Yeah, you guys have one in Minneapolis.
Yeah, we do.
They don't have one close to around here.
Have you ever hit an Albatross?
I have, yes.
What? Did you know the answer to that?
No.
Really?
No.
That's like you never. I mean, I wouldn't even ask that question because I would assume
but I didn't
no.
find that.
You've made a 2 on a par 5. We got to explain what that is for some people who don't play golf.
Okay, yes. Explain what an Albatross is.
You would have to go to my personal Instagram page in order to see that like 5 years ago. So I doubt you did that much deep diving.
No,
but
I didn't.
so I was in there. We have a match play club championship, It was the first round of my match play club championship. It was the 5th hole at Majestic Hills. So it's par 5. I hit a really good drive to the bottom of the hills, like 300 yards. And I hit a 6-iron up to the top. And I knew it was fairly good. I didn't know where it went because it's literally like 30 yards uphill. We get up there and we're looking for it. And I remember my partner, he was like 2 down at the time, or the guy I'm playing against, he was 2 down at the time. And remember him telling me, oh, well, we're just going to have to move on. I win the hole. And I look in the hole and I just started freaking out. And I forgot I was playing a match. I called my dad and I told him about it while I'm in the match. I ended up then, I parred the next hole, eagled the next hole. I ended up being like 9 under through 13 holes that round and just blew this guy out of the water. It was great.
Fantastic, dude.
You know, the thing about that, though.
Incredible.
Well, no, it's awesome. But the match play, for if you don't know, Kitty,
I'm like a
you
little
won
schoolgirl over here.
You won the hole. That's all you won is the hole. That guy could have made a 7.
Yes.
I mean, it's not a waste of an Albatross. You'll take it anywhere you can get it. But if it was metal play, that would have been almost better.
Yeah, that would have been a lot better. Yeah, I love the match play because, like I said, I tend to drive the ball off course. So if I make double or triple, I only lose the hole by 1. So I enjoyed the match play.
Yeah, it goes both ways. That's phenomenal.
Yes.
Albatross. So that's 2 people I know that have had a 2 on a par 5.
That's incredible.
A friend of mine did it once.
Joe, that's really cool.
What about a hole in one?
Still don't have a hole in one though.
Okay.
No hole in one. I've been searching. Got really
working on
close
it.
this year a few times, but yeah.
Keep lifting with those power blocks. Maybe you'll get there.
I think that's the secret.
we got some trivia. Let's do some trivia.
That's right.
All right,
ready
let's
to
do
rock?
it.
God, that's so cool, Albatross, man.
And now, folks, it's time for the Fitness Inquisition.
All right.
No one ever expects the Fitness Inquisition.
Fitness questions, right, Dan? Not golf questions, fitness questions?
These are fitness questions, and when I say fitness, that means loosely related.
Per usual.
So it's very possible that, they might cover the topic of golf today.
All right, that's what I like to hear.
So we've got 5 magical questions for you, and the way this game works is I'm going to throw out a question, and I'm going to ask if you know the correct answer to shout out your name. First name I hear, I'm going to pass the question over to you. So your name is your buzzer. And then if you get it right, we'll let you know. And if you get it wrong, we're going to embarrass you. So no pressure whatsoever.
Yeah.
All right, so is everybody ready to go?
Ready.
Joe, you ready?
All right, question number 1. In 2016, golf returned to the Olympics. What year was its last appearance prior to that?
Jason. 1980.
That is incorrect.
Joe. 1964.
Close, but not quite.
I'm going to say 1971.
I shouldn't have said close. You were closer than Jason. 1971 is incorrect as well.
That's a tough question.
That's a tough question.
The correct answer is 1904.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't close.
Wow.
Okay.
That makes sense.
All right. I just
0-0-0.
Nice job, guys. Nice job.
I tried to pick, some golf questions that you guys wouldn't be able to answer,
Thanks.
really quickly.
Thanks, Bun.
That's successful.
Appreciate
All right. Next question. Who invented the sand wedge?
Jason.
Jason?
Gene Sarazen.
That is correct. All right, Jason.
I knew that, but I would have had to dig deep into the cobwebs of my brain to figure it out.
All right, Jason, I'll give you a bonus point if you can tell me which 3 years he won the PGA Championship.
Can I get one of the 3 years? 1932, 36, 34, those years, somewhere in there.
22, 23, 33.
All right. Well, all right.
So much for that bonus point.
He's known as the Squire, and he died in 1999.
Okay.
June.
All right, next question. Which former U.S. president was elected to the Golf Hall of Fame?
Jason. Harry S. Truman.
That is incorrect.
Gosh.
Worth a shot.
Anyone?
Joe, what do you think about this?
Joe.
Joe?
George W. Bush.
I gotta say no on that one.
It's not George Jr.
It's George H.W. Bush.
H.W. Bush. Oh,
Herbert Walker. I was
totally
going to say
gave him
Herbert
that.
Walker.
Sorry. Sorry.
That was Bush League.
We gotta be a stickler for the rules here. Okay.
Nice job, Joe. I want to know that.
Thanks.
Next-
Appreciate that. I got his son.
Okay, next question. What is the maximum weight for a golf ball?
God, you're killing me,
These are,
Smalls. This
these are
is
incredible
horrible.
questions.
Jason,
I don't know if I can
Yes.
find it if I looked it up.
Jason?
2.2 ounces. I don't.
I'm sorry. That's not correct.
Joe,
Joe.
300 grams.
That is not correct either.
I have no flapping clue.
Neither does anybody.
Yeah.
Including people who make them.
1 ounce. 1 ounce.
1.62 ounces.
I was close then.
Yeah, you were close.
And you got the label correct. My students, I would give them that.
Yes.
You get half a point.
Half a point.
Half a point.
Am I
Nice
leading
job.
with 1?
You are
1.5
yes.
now.
Yeah.
These
All
are
right.
tough questions. I wasn't even born before some of these questions
is
were
ridiculous.
about.
Well, I wanted to keep it a little
No,
bit
I think this
interesting,
is great.
so- Okay.
I bet you do.
Final question. Final question
I'm going
for
to
you
win
here.
this one, too.
What is the diameter
Oh,
of the hole in golf?
Oh, Joe.
Joe.
4 inches.
Nice job, Joe.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I was
You
going
gotta
to say,
have a
I would have said
flash-off
3.5.
now. You got to
That
give
is
him a
correct.
tiebreaker.
Oh, we have a tiebreaker now.
All right.
Yep.
Take it.
Jason
Okay.
and Joe are both tied. So I do have a. Well, I wrote down some really easy ones that I wanted to skip
Nice.
over. So this is going to be a speed question because
Okay.
even I would have known this one. So
Do I have to say my name in order to buzz in?
Yeah.
all I want to hear is you don't even have to say your name. I just want to
Say
hear
the
the
answer.
first
Okay.
answer.
Okay.
So
Okay.
here it is. This golf term is defined as a score of 1 over the designated par.
Bogey.
Bogey.
Jason came in
Oh.
first. I'm going to blame it on the lag between.
Yeah,
the
I-
Zoom
yeah,
call.
yeah,
sure,
I
sure,
get it.
At the same time.
That's exactly what it was. Joe, we're going to send you a T-shirt anyway, I think, yeah?
I love
Yeah?
it.
You want a Power Block T-shirt?
We're gonna-
Only if you put it
I
on
would
your
love that,
TikTok,
yes.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Perfect. Sounds
Deal.
good.
Deal. It was a blast to talk to you. What a phenomenal personality you have, Joe.
Joe plays
This has
golf.
been great.
Yeah. Thank you from Power Block, from us. We really appreciate your time. Thanks for being here.
We'll have you on again
Yeah,
soon.
thanks
Maybe
for
this
having me
summer.
on.
We'll have you on maybe this summer. We'll do a round 2.
There you go.
I would absolutely love that. Maybe my golf game will be better by then. So
Maybe mine will too, brother. Yeah, I'll hold
good
you to
luck.
it. Nice.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Thank you, Joe. Have a beautiful day.
Yep.
See you, Joe.
Yep.
Thank you
you
so
guys
much
too. Have
for
a
your
good
time.
one.
That's that's got to be what I've won 3 out of the
Three-
last 4.
Yes, you sure have. I think
Make-
you're.
just making sure you know that.
Are you
kid.
are you greasing up the pockets over there? Jeez.
I was just playing dumb the first few rounds.
Is that what
first few
happened?
times. Yeah.
No.
that happened.
He forgot to ask Richard Simmons questions. That's why you're winning.
Yeah, you did get the Richard Simmons.
I sure did.
Yeah, well.
I really, really enjoyed that. That was a great conversation. And I think it would be great for anyone who really even doesn't dig golf, too. He's funny. He's
I
good
mean,
stuff.
he was, I think if you listen because you're like, how does somebody grow a following on Instagram? Because I'd like to do that.
Sure.
Well, I think he gave some good nuggets
Be
on
authentic, be relatable.
how. Yeah, be funny.
Yep. Be real.
And then, he's just, I mean, and then if you're interested in like golf, like you're like, I don't play golf, but maybe I should. What am I looking at here?
Sure.
It's advice I can't take because it's too late for me. That ship has sailed, but have fun. You got to have fun with it.
You're too far gone, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I take it. Yeah, he's got that shot by shot series. And I know there are people who literally say, I wake up and as I'm making my coffee, I watch Joe's last video. Like it is
Oh,
a part of my
yeah.
day. Because they
Does he
dig him so much.
Does he do videos every day?
I don't know if it's every day, but I do know, like, for example, 18 holes. He's got 18 videos
Does he
with
really?
the voiceover. You can see number 11, number 12, number 13. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He's the real deal.
I gotta
Pretty cool.
I gotta spend more time on Insta, I guess,
Well,
or TikTok.
whatever. We have a TikTok at Power Block Dumbbells.
I've heard that
Yeah.
that Power Block
Yeah.
has a TikTok, and
You
I
might
don't.
see me on it.
Why would anybody want to follow Power Block on TikTok?
Well, because I do something called 5 days, 5 ways.
Oh yes, I've heard about this.
Yeah, where it's 5 different videos, 5 ways to work one body part. 5 videos for arms. I'm on the no equipment needed
Yeah.
series right now. Pretty rad.
I've heard about this. Good things. I've actually had people that you don't know say to me, "Hey, that 5 days, 5 ways is awesome."
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Thanks.
and I'm like, well, how about you follow us? And I'm not on TikTok. Well, how'd you see it? Well, I saw it from a friend. Whatever. Yeah.
I saw it from a friend.
Yeah.
A friend of a friend.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, thanks for having me on today, Jason. Is there anything else you want to throw down for our listeners? Thanks for supporting, subscribing, sharing, being a part of the Power Block squad.
We're good. We're excited to see these, on
video
YouTube,
stuff.
on YouTube.
This is legit. I love seeing these people.
Check out powerblock.com to get the world's best dumbbell, built different.
Built different indeed.
To get kettlebells, to get accessories, all that jazz. Go to powerblock.com and read the blogs.
Yes.
Check out the podcast.
If you want to get a hold of us, podcast at powerblock.com.
Yeah, that would be the best way. Podcast at powerblock.com. If you're like, hey, I saw Joe plays golf, and I do, I have a thing where it's Dan plays badminton. Hey, well,
cool.
Reach
Big
out
Bad
to
Brad.
us.
We had that.
Right.
He's shooting trick shots.
Yeah, right. We might have you on. We like to do that stuff. Our listeners and viewers like that. So
or if you know someone who would like to be on our podcast, let us know. We'll check them out.
Do it. Thanks, Kitty.
Dig it. Thank you. See you
Peace
next
out.
week.